Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Crystal and thanks again for sticking around and watching my videos. If you have not watched any of my videos and it's your first time, welcome. And I'm sorry that you're here, because if you're on here, you are familiar with H. pylori and or taking the antibiotic triple treatment. And I'm so sorry. Or I hope that your experience has been much better than mine. But again, thank you guys so much for continuing to watch my videos. Thank you for your words of wisdom, your support in the comment section. It's greatly appreciated, and I'm glad that people are watching my videos, and hopefully it brings some form of something to you. As when I was doing my research, I found many videos on H. pylori. However, when it came time during the treatment or side effects from the antibiotic triple treatment, there were hardly any or to none at all. So that's what led me to start doing these videos for you guys out there. I do have a couple updates. So it's been a while since I last did a video, and apologies about that. I had started working, and currently I'm working, which is a good thing since I've been healthy enough to go back to work. And also kids with being on summer break and then going back to school, and my husband traveling for work, single parenting while he's not here. And so when he's finally back, so that would be, why it's hard for me to do these videos sometimes. Or you might be asking yourself, why is she on the floor sitting down? It's because I'm sneaking away from the kids while my husband is here, and I lock the door to my room. So in advance, I apologize if you guys hear, a zoo out there trying to get in here. Door is locked. But okay, so with those updates, as you guys well know, I was diagnosed with H. pylori back in January, and I went through 18 months before that not knowing what in the heck I had going on. All these terrible symptoms. I was diagnosed with long COVID. Coincidentally, the symptoms started presenting themselves. I want to say about 12 days after having COVID, which COVID in itself was just mild, nothing bad. And from there on, it's been an interesting ride. And so I was had these symptoms and didn't know what they were, just left it to long COVID. I kept going to doctors, therapy, and symptoms did subside. And then all of a sudden in December of 2022, I started having the same symptoms again with my those symptoms mainly in my stomach. Went back to a doctor, asked specifically to see a doctor, not a nurse practitioner, because that's who was seeing me in the past. And thanks to that doctor, who is the person who diagnosed me officially with H. pylori, I did the test for it, came back positive in January. It started the antibiotic triple treatment, which was 2 different types of antibiotics. I want to say with the over-the-counter heartburn or antacids as well, twice a day. And was not a very pleasant experience, and for many of us it really isn't. You, for lack of better words, go through hell. And for me, unfortunately, things in some way did not get better after treatment. I have symptoms after the antibiotic treatment. One is I had gastric sleeve back in 2019, so I have a significantly reduced stomach. And so I feel the antibiotics shredded and tore my stomach into pieces, destroyed the lining. And so shortly, actually not even shortly, within just a couple of days of starting the antibiotic treatment, I felt a burning sensation in my stomach. Then some days later, had horrible, horrible heartburn all through my throat. It was just on fire. That led me to go see a GI doctor and got an endoscopy. And during that time, they did find that I was no longer, or the treatment eradicated the H. pylori. However, they did diagnose me with gastritis, erosions in my stomach, and no surprise, acid reflux, which I've suffered in the past. But I feel the antibiotics made that worse. I am grateful that in the endoscopy I no longer had the bacteria. However, I know that for those of us that have had it are susceptible to getting it again. So I do have an appointment in the beginning of the year just to follow up with it. I had requested it just to see if I am still free of the bacteria. But I do am living with gastritis, and it's, you know, I did not have gastritis before the treatment. They had said, doctors had said that it was due to the bacteria. I don't think so. I did not suffer how the things that I've gone through now before. I had a whole separate different onset of symptoms. And then since the treatment, you know, with the stomach lining being destroyed, heartburn was horrible. I do have, you know, updates on those again. It's gotten a lot better. And I still do my routine in the morning where I do my morning shake. In the past, I had, and if you've watched my videos, you know what those shakes consist of. But I did come across a couple of new things just in my own research. And quick disclaimer, I am not in any way, shape, or form a professional or medical doctor. I am simply just documenting my personal experience with H. pylori, and I've done my own research on other videos and things that other people have tried, and homeopathic remedies to keep the bacteria at bay. I did come across Pylori X on Amazon, and the price I believe is between $50 and $60. It is 120 capsules on there. It's recommended on there to do 2 capsules twice a day. I only do 1 again because of the size of my stomach. I feel just 1 is sufficient. And also before I purchased those, I have been doing mastic gum, which is supposed to be good for heartburn and H. pylori as well. And licorice root, which it's a droplet. And I include this also about 3 or 4 drops in my morning shake as well. And I have felt a difference where I have much more better days than days of flare-ups. I also feel like stress too can flare up my gastritis as well. So I do what I can to not get as stressed. However, life, being an adult, it's, you know, almost impossible. But I am conscious of that, and so I will do massages sometimes, go get my massages, do warm baths whenever I can, or meditate, pray, just so that I can, you know, not trigger my gastritis. But unfortunately, sometimes it does. And I do want to let all of you guys that are out there that are currently, you know, either stumbling upon this because you just found out that you have H. pylori, or you suspect you have it. If you haven't already seek medical treatment or see a doctor, please go see a doctor, a professional, to get professionally diagnosed, and to get the best treatment for you. Do what you feel is best for your body. I decided to go with the treatment, and unfortunately do suffer from the side effects of that. However, I don't regret it. I went with what I thought was best for me, and am now just doing what I can to live with it. And I know eventually it'll get better. It has, and I'm grateful for one to be here, as many people are not. And for one, I'm since I didn't find many videos on this, one good thing is I am able to document this and let you guys know about it, because I didn't have that, and I felt so alone and miserable in my own misery, not knowing what was going on at the time, but now have learned. And it's something that, again, it's just something that you learn to live with and to manage. And for those of you guys that have continued to watch my videos, thank you so much again for sticking around, for the comments that you have left on there, for your words of wisdom, your encouragement. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to leave them there. And it might take me some time to respond, but I always respond to you guys. And I wish you all the best. And once I have more updates, I will make sure and do a video. And if anyone has any advice as to something that has worked for you guys, for whether it be H. pylori or keeping the gastritis, to a minimum level, please let me know. It's much appreciated. Bye-bye.